This is a divorce lawyer who has been charged in a cold case stabbing death of his own client. So the allegation here is that a divorce attorney stabbed to death his own client. Now, what could compel an attorney, and I say this as a lawyer, and so always, bemused by some of these stories. This one, of course, is horrendously tragic. What do these lawyers do? Where do these bad lawyers come from? Well, it's not funny. But it kind of is. The New York Post, citing prosecutors in Cleveland, Ohio, say that Gregory Moore, 51, back in, 2013, killed a 53-year-old nurse and mother of 4, Eliza Sherman. This is the allegation. All right, they announced this on Friday. Moore, the attorney, allegedly planned the deadly attack to stop her divorce case, which was set to begin the day after she was murdered. So prosecutors here are claiming that this lawyer wasn't ready to go to court on his case, that he was representing his client on. So instead, he just murdered her. For the sake of my profession, Robbie, I hope there's more to the story. I've always said, okay, can I just back up here? A little inside baseball here, folks. I went to law school and, by the way, met some great people, including my law partner, Ash Watkins. Okay. I also met some weirdos, because a lot of lawyers are weird. Okay. And law school, generally speaking, not every law school, but school, generally speaking, isn't, an asshole factory. They kind of teach you to be a jerk. They teach you how to be very selfish. And, it's not like any other school I've ever had, in the sense that, for example, if you're doing finals, maybe this changed in the era of COVID, but if you have a final, you have to take the final when it's available. You can't reschedule it or anything. Now, bring this up because it is intended to teach you as an aspiring lawyer how, if a court says you've got a deadline, or a court says it's the start of a trial, or the court says that you have to give arguments on an appeal, that's when it starts. You're completely at the mercy of the judge. You can't not show up. So I had this classmate who, we are all fairly certain he faked a seizure just to get out of a final. I'm not going to mention the person's name. Yeah, as I said, it was a he. He faked a seizure. Okay, and the reason we say it's because he had this medical episode, he claimed, and then was partying and drinking later that night with people. So not typically the kind of behavior that you do if you've had a serious brush with death. But yeah, they carted him off. Ambulance came, firefighters, everybody tore in there, put him on a little stretcher and carried him out. And but he had a chance to look at the exam question, and then he could go and study it, and then he could take it later, and he did very well on that exam. I just am saying.